Hey guys, Michael here, Power Focus Fitness, day 13 of HIIT For Beginners, and today we're going to be starting with step-ups, push-ups, jump squats, and wall sits. Of course, with the push-ups, if you still need to, or if you need to, just go down onto your knees and do the push-up that way. For the jump squats, alternative for them would just be normal squats. And then for the wall sit, once again, just reduce the time that you're holding in the wall sit. A little bit of a change, not going to have a minute break in between. It's just going to be 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off throughout the whole exercise. I think you guys, if you've been following the video from the start, are ready for that, and I think you'll go perfectly fine. So basically, with the step-ups, as you can see, I've got my own box here. You don't need to go out and buy something like this. You can just use steps or a bed frame or a chair, but just be safe. Use something safe and sturdy. You make up your own thing if you want. That's completely up to you, but just be safe and make sure that you're fine. So basically, we'll be starting with box jumps, and we'll be starting, with step-ups, and we'll be starting now. What I like to do with step-ups is count on one leg. Say I'll do 10 on one side, and then I'll reverse it on the other side. I have read where it says it doesn't really matter, but I don't see how that's true, because you are going to end up doing one leg more than the other side. So if you can try and alternate, 30 seconds isn't really enough time to go 10 on one side and then 10 on the other, but that's neither here nor there. And as you can see, I finally got myself a new timer. So I'll set it all up, and hopefully this will go through all the rounds. So starting again now, going into those push-ups. As I said, if you need to, just come down onto your knees like so. Then going into the squat jumps, or as I said before, if you want to, just do squats. As I said, I have set this timer up. It doesn't mean, I'm hoping it will go through all the rounds. Should. I did test it, but it's new. So if I need to bring out the old timer, I will. So we're going to those squat jumps now, or just normal squats. So just keep yourself moving around. And we're going into those wall sits. So as I said, with those wall sits, just come out of it. But try and come out of it slowly. You don't want to hurt yourself. So we're going again now. Currently winter in Bendigo at the moment, so might find you might not do as much cardio, but keeping a base level is always a good thing. As I said, we're going to do a 30-second break now rather than a minute. Just bumping up that cardio level. We'll be going back to our step-ups. When you do progress and get a bit more advanced, you can go to box jumps, which will be happening in a later video. So, starting again now. As I said, just change the times. Try and just do equally on each side. And going into those push-ups. As I said, I'm in Bendigo, Victoria at the moment. So if you watch through this video, I hope you do, let me know where you're from. Let me know where you're watching it. You don't have to have a big chat, just say wherever. It'd be good to know where people are watching from. Going to those push-ups. Good thing about buying this new timer, if you haven't noticed before, with previous videos where I've gone to press it and it hasn't worked, so this is it. It's going to keep going through the rounds. So going into those jump squats now. Keep it up, guys. Doing really well. Awesome job. Keep going. Keep pushing. Going back into those wall sits. Remember, when you progress, your fitness gets better, you can use these wall sits and planking to help get your heart rate down. And coming down. Remember to try and have your thighs, your hamstrings parallel to the floor. So making sure 90-degree angle on your leg. Some people go too high, and then some people just go too low. So 30 seconds. Just shake the legs out. Starting to warm up a bit now, which is good, so I hope it helps you guys. And you're going really well, by the way. You've been doing this from the start, that's awesome. Keep it up. It doesn't matter what level you are, you just got to start. So we're going into those step-ups now. That's one of the biggest problems people find, is just starting and thinking they should be at a certain level. Doesn't matter what level you're at, just as long as you do the work. Even if you're finding simpler exercises difficult, just modify it. Like, you don't have to be doing a step up this high. You can go lower if you really want to, or even if you can't, just do some high knees and then try and go back into it again when you're able to. So it's all about you. If you're training with someone else, that's awesome. And it's good to have someone to train with to motivate each other. But it's still about you at the end of the day. So if that person's not going to be there to train with you all the time, going the push-ups, then it doesn't mean you can have a day off if they're going to have a day off at a time when you're meant to be training. If you've made a pact with each other to train for a certain amount of days in a row, if they need to have an extra day off and you feel you're fine, then I say go and train. So, as I said, it's about you as an individual, this whole fitness journey. So, it may seem a bit selfish sometimes, but, and it can be, and it is. I shouldn't say it can be, it is. But if people feel that you're being selfish, then, well, are they really the people for you? So we're going into those jump squats now. Something I've found over the years, for everyone might also be thinking, you feel stupid doing all this stuff. You feel like people are just looking at you weird. And it's true. They probably are. And you probably think, oh, what's this dickhead doing? That's not what they're thinking. They're probably thinking, oh wow, maybe I should start doing something like that. You know? That's really the reality of it. Every day I go to the gym, I feel like I'm being looked down on. But then, once in a while, someone will come up to me and say, good job, or wow, you look fantastic, or something like that. And it reminds me, people aren't staring at me because they think I'm a weirdo. They're more staring because they like what they see. To go into those wall sits, you know. And it's the same thing when you go in there as a new person. Everyone believes that you're being looked at. Like, oh, look at this new person. What are they going to do? When are they going to, you know, oh, they're going to come in and then we won't see them again for 2-3 weeks. You know, but there's a lot of people who are looking at you going, that's awesome. I hope they keep it up. You know, and even thinking of going up and offering a hand. But sometimes we're not sure what the ground is. You know, what we can do nowadays. So, if you ever go in the gym and you're not sure and you feel like you're being looked down upon, you're not. There are sometimes people who may do it, but it's very rare. A lot of the time, people just want to help each other out. And going in those step-ups. So don't be afraid to approach people. Of course, if you're on a time schedule, which most people are with the gym, yeah, people might think you're arrogant. But if you go to the gym at a later time and you're not on a gym schedule or time schedule, say good day, quick nod. Just because you're not there to make friends doesn't mean you can't be polite. So and that's what I've found with a lot of people as well. So people can be polite, but it doesn't mean they have to be your best mate. So, and sometimes you might see people in public and they may just flat out ignore you, or vice versa. You might see them in public and they might be like, g'day, how are you? And then in the gym, flat out ignore you. It's not because they don't like you, it's just that they're going to the gym for a purpose. This is the last round, by the way. So top job, everyone. Keep it up, keep going. Only got 2 more exercises to go and then we're done. done for the day. So there's about 25 minutes of your day out of what I would assume to could be a 16 to 18 hour day, not including sleep. Which is enough time for sure. So we're going into those jump squats. Keep it up, guys. Good job. Remember, rather than stopping for 5 or 10 seconds if you find it difficult, just start doing squats. Then go back into it again, even if you can only do one. It's all about progression. And going into wall sits for the last time. I'm happy that I've set the timer up properly. It's gone through each round, which is nice. So going into those wall sits now. So coming up out of that, and that's it, guys. We're all done. 16 rounds, 4 exercises, 30 seconds on, 30 seconds off. Just a little bit of a change will get your heart racing a little bit more, but it will become better. Trust me on that one. Yep, I just wanted to make sure the timer was doing what I wanted it to do. That's good. All right, guys. Thank you very much. This has been Michael for Power Focus Fitness. Day 13 of HIIT For Beginners. Awesome job, everyone. And give yourselves a pat on the back and give your partner or whoever, anyone, a pat on their back as well if they're joining you on this journey. Be kind to one another. And remember, no one cares about what you're doing. As long as you're doing the right thing, don't worry about anyone else's opinion. All right, guys, as I always say, have a good morning, good day, and good night. It's been Michael, Power Focus Fitness. Please like and subscribe. I've got a feeling that's the other way around. Either. Thanks, guys. See you later. Cheers. On you, everyone.